Okay, and just like that, I am back. All of my mussels are sitting in the bowl, and I'm going to put you guys over here. It's a little bit of a mess. I got to do a little bit of cleanup on my countertop. So I have my mussels right here, and they're all in cold water. You want ice cold water for your mussels. The next thing is cleaning them. And what we need to do is any of this stuff and it's called a beard. You just need to pull those off. Those are not edible either. A lot of people have trouble when it comes cleaning these. So what you can actually do while they're soaking is add a 1/4 cup of flour. You might be like, flour? Yes, flour will actually help clean your mussels. I'm going to go grab my flour. And you want to be, if you're doing a lot, you can go up to a 1/2 cup, but usually a 1/4 cup will suffice. Now I'm going to put you guys down so you can see this. You won't be able to see this. I'm just going to take a 1/4 cup of flour. And we're just going to put it in with our mussels. And then using our hands, we're just going to mix it around. And this will help get any gunk off of your mussels. Now, the other thing with buying mussels, I'm going to pull you up there. Your mussels should not really have an odor. If they smell really fishy, walk away from them because they shouldn't have a fish smell. Usually a fish smell signifies that one or more of your mussels have died. And had I known or given a good look when I bought them yesterday, I probably would have passed on the one bag that the guy at my local grocery store gave me. But all is well. I have enough mussels for tonight's dinner. Now, while these are soaking for 1/2 hour, put them off to the side, and you can go ahead and get your other stuff ready. So I'm going to move this off the stove. You're going to actually discard what they're soaking in right now because you're not going to use any of that. You're going to use fresh stuff. So I've got my baguettes that I'm going to put in an oven a little bit later. And I'm actually going to stop the video for a minute. I'm going to tidy up. I'll be right back and show you what we're going to do. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to feed the dog. I'm going to put you guys down here so you can see what I did. What I did is I took one shallot and I'm going to finely chop it. And shallots just give a nicer, richer flavor to your mussels. These were kind of large shallots. You really don't need to. You don't need to use more than one. If you're doing a very large amount of mussels, sometimes two is nice. And I'm using a paring knife instead of a knife that I would regularly do with onions. And it's just because shallots are a lot smaller than a big onion. And it's personal preference. If you want more onions, do more shallots. If you want less onions, do one shallot. But since shallots since the onion family does have potassium, and my husband's on a low potassium right now, 1 shallot's more than enough to flavor this. Because I'm also going to add some sliced garlic into this. So now that I have the shallots prepared, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my garlic out. And depending on how many mussels you do, will depend on how much garlic you put in. I have quite a bit of mussels, and some of them are big. So I'm going to actually do... I'm going to do 6 big cloves of garlic and a bulb. These you don't need to be too careful with. You can slice them or you can dice them. It's up to you.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm going to move you guys up for a second. Well, that'll wait. And because this takes white wine, you're going to want a nice dry white wine. I have a Chardonnay right here. Any good dry white wine that you would want to drink is going to be perfect for this recipe. Now, to do the garlic is relatively simple. If I can find where my knives disappeared to. I'm going to stop the video for a second. I'm going to look for my knives. I'll be right back. Okay, and like magic, I'm back. We're going to chop our garlic. Now, if you have a granite countertop or a marble countertop, you don't need to use cutting board for this. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smash my garlic. And that'll do one of two things. It'll actually peel it really nicely for you. And then you just I think I'm going to chop the garlic tonight. And this recipe can never have too much garlic. So you're just going to do the same thing with all of your cloves of garlic. Just get all of the peeling off of it. And take the little nub off of it. And there's nothing like fresh garlic with mussels. And try to keep your garlic and your onions separated because you're going to do your onions first. And I'm going to show you in a few minutes what we're going to do. Lacey, what is your problem tonight? Ooh. That's actually a bad piece of garlic. If your garlic is brown like that, don't use it. You want And sometimes if garlic has been sitting for too long, it'll do that. So we're just gonna Okay. You're just going to do that for the rest of your garlic. Just take that off. Put that off to the side. Is that him scratching?
Yeah, I'll be there, buddy. Hold on. Baby, let me see what happened here. Oh, he ate the chicken.
Okay, you want to give him a little bit more chicken and throw...
I'm going to let them go ahead and eat the rest.
Oh, I was going to say grab some for Miley.
Oh, that's out of the question now. I get my hand bitten off.
So I'm just finishing up the garlic now. My husband's on the other side with the dog food. Oh, my dog was a little finicky tonight, so he didn't like some food that he got, so we're giving him what he actually wanted.
You guys out. Hey. You.
Okay, now that we have the garlic chopped and the onions chopped, you don't need to do anything with the parsley right this second, but you do need to chop about a 1/4 cup of parsley. The parsley is more for garnishment than it is for the recipe. Now, the other thing that you're going to need is red pepper flakes, and they need to be crushed. And to crush them, you can do them one of two ways. You can either crush them in your fingers, or you can use the mortar pestle bowl. I do it with the fingers just to break them up and put them in. And like I said, this is optional. You don't need to put red pepper. If you don't like red pepper or you don't want any heat, don't use red pepper. But this is red pepper, and it's basically what you would normally put on a pizza. If you put red pepper on the pizza, that's same stuff. And you're going to use a very, very little amount of red pepper. You're going to use your taste. If somebody doesn't like heat, don't put a lot of red pepper in it. If you like more heat, put a little bit more red pepper. But you don't want to put too much red pepper and overpower your mussels. Now, once we clean the mussels, this recipe will take less than 10 minutes to cook. It's a very, very fast cooking time for the mussels. And one thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a big pot. And usually, depending on how many mussels you do, I suggest using at least a 6-quart, if not a bigger quart. And you want wide. So, I was going to use my Le Creuset, but I'm going to use my Oakland. And I'm just going to use... And you also want to have a lid for it. I'm just going to use my all-clad pot for this recipe. Now, what we need to do is we need to clean our mussels. It's been about a half an hour since they've sat. They need to be cleaned. So I'm going to stop you, pick you right back up, and show you how to do this.